I just wanted to quickly show you guys a couple devices that I recently picked up. The first one is the Boox Palma Pro 2, which uses a Kaleido 3 color e-ink display. And then the second device is the Viwoods Reader, which uses Carta 1300. It's not color at all, it's just black and white. They do have the color one, I believe, releasing around December. But I'll go ahead and show you guys the performance of each. So quickly, you can see that the backlights actually appear different. There are a couple different, settings for this. So there's like these presets here. Um, you could just kind of alter and change the color temp. For some reason, it looks a little different than what it looks like in person. The V-Woods looks not so bluish in person, and then this Palma, it almost looks purple through the camera viewfinder, but it is white looking. And then obviously, this is full warm on the Palma. So I just want to show you guys how the scrolling performance is. You can see that they're both really fast. There is this like weird motion blur almost, which I know new e-ink devices are kind of starting to use that. I'm not sure why. I'm not a fan at all of it. I think the V-Woods might be using it as well, but it's not really that noticeable. And this is on the fastest, refresh mode. There is a best display mode, which is kind of more flashy. It's very slow, but you get better picture quality. Just going to put it back on the fastest, which is, what I use it on. Then I'll just grab the Palma. I'm going to turn down the warm. And then I'll just open up. There's like different presets here. There's fast refresh, which I'll show you guys. And then, oops. And then here's the recommended one, which there might be a local database that they're using. Like I see it says Firefox. So I think this might be, like a preset that Boox actually has for certain apps. But you could actually, customize things further. There's a lot of different settings and all that for your different apps. Different color mode, more vivid, optimal. You can see the color change a little bit. There's high contrast on, high contrast off. And then there's this anti-flicker setting. So with the V-Woods, I showed you guys the speed modes, but there isn't all like a bunch of different settings that you could tweak, which to me, I don't really mind. There is this display setting where you could actually change the contrast. You can see it changes on the picture. Just going to reset it to default. But that's pretty much it for the, display settings on this. There isn't any warm light on this. It's just a cool light, which to me, I don't really care because I think LED is wrong on an e-paper device, but that's just my personal preference. I'm going to turn off the front lights on both, and I just want to show you guys the difference in the color. Obviously, Kaleido 3 is going to be darker because there's a color filter applied over the display. And then obviously this is going to be lighter because, there's no color filter. But I will say that the V-Woods compared to, I believe it was the big tablet that they had. I had one for a short amount of time, and it was much brighter, which I wasn't a fan of because it was more fatiguing. This kind of has more of like a gray tint, actually. If I compare it, if I compare the bezels around the screen, you can see that the Boox is more white, and then this one's more gray, and the screen kind of matches the gray more. It's kind of similar to the Light Phone 2 if you guys have used it. I honestly prefer that much better because it's better on my eyes. But this thing's also a full phone, so oddly they didn't put a speaker. I think they said that they wanted it really light and really thin, but you could still make calls. I think I have airplane mode on, which I'll just turn off. You can see there's 4G calling. There's a toggle for it. Different advanced settings here. And you can see that there is, well, here, I'll turn the front light on. there is voice over LTE. So calling does work, texting works. I've tried it. You know, you could turn on Google Play Store, which, you know, I have it on. It comes, you know, out of the box with it off, so you don't have to use it if you don't want to. Now, I'll just quickly show you the apps that it comes with. So this is like the original texting app that it comes with. I changed it to the Google one, but you know, it came with the text app, it came with the phone dialer, which I was shocked on because on this Boox Palma, you know, there is data, you know, there's 5G. I don't have a SIM card in this, but you can't call or text out of the box. I was able to text with T-Mobile US on this, downloading the Google messaging app, but for calling, it didn't work at all. Actually, I think dialing out did, but incoming calls did not. So kind of a weird one. I really, you know, I just recently, you know, picked up both of these, and I like both of them. And, you know, I like how this has a camera, has a speaker, air speaker, and oddly, you know, I just kind of like this one a lot better, the Viwoods. I just wish it had a speaker. I could live without a camera, but, you know, for calling on this, which it can do, like I said, you have to plug into, you know, either the Type-C port for headphones or you have to use Bluetooth. So that's the only drawback with that. Now there's this like knowledge base tab here. This was just a screenshot that I did. But it seems like any notes or screenshots, you could just have it in your knowledge base, which I haven't really used before, but I thought that was kind of cool. So trying to think of other things that I wanted to go over. Let's see. Oh yeah. So pulling down from the top left, you could do a manual refresh. And then obviously all the other commands are just, you know, gestures. I wasn't able to figure out how to do the notification bar, like a pull down. I remember when I did the text, I saw like an icon up there. So maybe it doesn't exist, or maybe I don't know how to use it. I'm not sure yet, but yeah. Now you have two volume buttons, obviously up and down. You have a fingerprint button, which I like that it's up higher because when you're putting it in your pocket, you know, you're not accidentally putting your thumb on it to unlock it. And then this bottom button here is for their AI. So you could click it once, you could type it, or you could hold it. Hello. Oops. What is the weather in Washington State? Oh, okay. Well, you could still do AI commands. Looks like it's not like connected to live internet, I guess. There's like different models. I haven't really tried that. I'm not a big AI person, but that pretty much wraps it up for the video. You know, if there's other things you guys want to see in it, you know, let me know. You know, this isn't meant to be like a review or anything, just kind of like a first look of them. So yeah, just let me know in the comments, and yeah, thank you.